guys, we are going to do a unboxing and setup on the SYXMoto SPRK. We're just going to go through setup on it, how easy is it to put together, our views and what we think the quality of this thing is. Eventually we'll get to some riding. Don't have a whole lot of electric to compare it to, but yeah, let's get this thing unboxed and see what this thing's made of.
We're gonna have Mark get this box open. I will warn you, you're gonna need 2 people to unload this thing.
Very heavy. Very heavy. Can be good, can be bad. But yeah, 2 men with the carry team. Remember kids, legs.
Use your legs.
Not back.
So if you're a young person watching this video, you're gonna need a parent to lift this thing for sure.
Yeah.
They claim it, I think it weighs 160, 170 pounds. There's the kilogram weight there. But honestly, I think it weighs more than that.
Yeah.
It's more than 100.
It's so long, it's not like, I mean, it's got these nice handles in the side.
Right.
Don't get me wrong. But it's just awkward and it is heavy and bulky.
Yes.
Very big box.
So we'll see what we have to do to put it together here shortly. We just got to get the... Oh, interesting.
That's why the box isn't all smashed. Put a nice little frame in there. Now we might need some side cutters.
Side cutters, and we'll have to... I think we should cut the box down the sides, maybe. Eh? Or are we going to lift it out?
I think me and you could probably lift it out. I'm confused. Why is there no gas cap?
Yeah, I wonder why. That's
a
odd.
weird looking tank.
It is odd. We are in a shop setting here, guys, but don't be intimidated. Your garage floor would work just fine.
Yeah.
I just have a nice quiet area here with good lighting, so that's why we chose the workshop. But anybody at home can put this together. A little snug.
That's the heavy end.
Oh, the front. Oh.
Yeah, I don't know why, but this side is very heavy.
Okay. Well, anyways, guys, we're going to try to salvage this out. What if we just tore one corner and just slide
it out?
Yeah, just slide it out. Let's do one corner. Because you could still...
I don't know if you just want a little side note. Make sure you keep this thing upright.
There is a note, guys.
Yeah, it says this side up. We have been very careful about keeping it upright. I'm not sure how careful you have to be, but we have taken the care to keep this thing standing upright.
Yes, we have. So we'll gently slice the side of the box open. Who knows how good my blade is. It might be dull. How dull is she?
Dull.
They used some good cardboard.
They did.
I may have been sawing rocks with that blade. So, use caution when using a knife.
Cut up towards your face.
They do offer this bike in 3 colors. You can see there, black, silver, and orange. Oh, dude, that's...
There we go.
Well,
unravel it like a Christmas present.
Exactly. Ooh, wow, dude, she's big.
Wow. No wonder it was kind of heavy.
That is a large bike.
Dude, this must be the skid plate.
The piece of wood. Nice. Wow, it's a lot bigger than I thought.
Looks like some shoulder bolts, I'm guessing here, guys. Mark's going to be untying these twist ties. These are, wow, they weren't kidding. It's got adjustable forms. Those are...
That's a wire covered with some air hose.
Wowzers. I'm pretty much going to let Mark do the entire grunt work of it. I'm just going to be a cameraman. I'll help him when needed, and I'll show you guys and tell you kind of what steps you may need an extra set of hands for. But he's pretty mechanically inclined, so he does know the ins and outs of kind of how these go together.
That's like straight coat wire. Like,
yeah, that's some heavy duty stuff.
Okay then. Wow. Holy crap.
Probably just could have cut it, but...
Right.
My arthritis will thank me later.
Yes. Yes, it will.
Not to scratch it.
Yeah, we're going to be very... Oh, those things are massive cables. Wow.
Oh.
There's some goodies.
Owner's manual. Toolkit, and oh boy.
Charger?
Is that the battery?
Well, maybe it is. Oh, it's a charger, huh?
ECM.
Oh, yeah. It's got a little fan on it. Okay.
All right.
Cool.
Set that over there. And I'm going to keep going on these. Let's get my twist ties. Bread ties.
Yeah, I could probably start cutting too on some of these zip ties, guys. I'll maybe start working on that. I believe you found the handlebars. Is that correct?
Yes.
They actually look like quality bars with some good clamps.
Nice. Couple keys.
Nice, and it looks like all very small pins.
Yeah.
But all connectors that you can take apart.
I think before we start unbolting this metal bracketry, we should maybe look in our little manual there and find, see what we all got to do in the orientation to pop this front tire on once we get this immediately out, so we can put it on a jack or on the kickstand. And I don't think it's got a big stand, does it? It's just a kickstand.
Guys, it does, in typical SYXMoto fashion, does have the toolkit that you could use. We are gonna, for just quickness purposes, gonna use power tools. You could use a ratchet even at home, but these bikes are designed to be set up with the included toolkit. If you have nothing at home, what in the heck?
All the wrenches.
There's even little loomies?
Yep.
That's probably for the handlebar wires.
Yep, and there's a bolt in here. We'll probably find out what that goes to.
That is okay.
Nice little Allen wrenches.
Okay. Nice.
Yeah. Oh, there's a few bolts in there.
Yeah, so we might need
Couple
some of the
zip
bolts.
ties, probably for a few wiring harnesses.
This looks like a straight up computer cable.
Yeah.
Doesn't it?
Yeah.
So that's the charger, and then we'll have Mark just ponder the book, see if there's any setup instructions
Panda the book.
in the book.
Pictures. We like pictures.
Welcome. Introduction.
Warning. We're at your own risk. Wear a helmet. Should probably wear safety goggles while putting this together.
Battery installation.
Battery removal.
Okay, so it shows the 4 screws. I wonder if those are for the handlebars.
So those are probably for the clamps on top. Go through and into the bar.
That shows, is that the rear shock bolt? Yep.
Yep.
Typical. Yep, typical.
Because it'll come
Completely
sitting
sacked
very
out.
sacked out.
Yeah. This might be one of the better instruction booklets.
Yeah,
they've
very, very detailed too. For ease of our purpose, we're going to skip to put the tire on so we can get this thing kind of up and at it, and we'll find this rear shock bolt as well. So if you look in here, it's going to be bolt through the left side, spacer, tire, spacer, and then the nut on the end. And we'll do that. And then the shock bolt comes in from the left side as well. So both bolts will come in that way.
Nice.
Not sure that it really matters, but
It's always reasoning.
we will follow the directions.
Do you think it's best, should we zip the crate apart and
I
then...
think we're gonna zip the crate apart and then we'll get the tire on. I just want
Yes.
to have things ready.
Yeah, we know which way it goes. I'm just taking an examination. Mark, it actually looks like there is wheel bearings with seals and spokes that are adjust, where you can actually tighten them.
Yeah.
The tire compound actually is softer than I thought. We're going to get this crate apart, and I think Mark might have found the shock bolt.
Shock bolt, it is locking, so I'm not going to put any Loctite on it. But I might put a dab of grease around this one and the front one since they are out apart, and maybe years from now, somebody will thank us.
Yes.
We've taken some old stuff apart, and it's nice when we see it greased and the stuff comes right apart.
Yes, it is.
So
I will make sure I got some grease here, and we'll get our tools. These are going to be 14 millimeters with nuts on the backside of all these bolts in the crate, guys. So take yourself some tools and get this crate apart, and then start with front wheel, then the handlebars, then most likely the shock, and then you can set the bike on the kickstand. weight limit, guys, is 265-pound rider, I think, which is, that's pretty good. So this bike will scoot. I think what Mark was going to say is we're going to put the rear shock bolt in with a little bit of grease. That will prevent it from seizing in there, and I think it's on the top, huh?
Oh, yeah.
Even worse. So what I'll do
left the bottom
is there's a piece of cardboard with a wire tie that's probably also, yes, it's around the back frame, so we got to take this off. Yes, we'll take that off, and then I will hold up the bike, and then he will put the bolt in and then tighten it. I'll show you when Mark's got his hand out of the way, but this shock is a nitrogen shock. Fully adjustable. Wow. That looks like a very large motor. And they actually lube the chain, dude.
Oh, that's nice.
Wow. Mark is doing one very important step. Even though from the factory it looks tight,
17.
Guess what? You still check it. Mark has just finished tightening that upper shock bolt, which is up
14.
there. 14 on one side, and I think it's a 6 mil Allen on the other side.
Yep, and then this one's 17 with the same Allen.
Yep, so we checked both of the shock bolts. We're just kind of commenting on the swing arm layout. Looks like the welds are actually really solid. And it just looks, the adjusters are a little bit beefier than we're used to seeing. So that's awesome. Now we can work on, I think, the front wheel and the brake calipers, huh? Handlebars last.
Yeah, we'll do the handlebars last.
So I'm going to assist Mark. I'm going to set you guys up so you can see this, and we'll get that front wheel on. We got grease on the axle bolt going in from the left to the right. And then there's two different size spacers, as Mark was saying. It looks like the bigger one's going to go on the rotor side, like you said, because it's deep dish.
Yep.
So we're going to go something like that.
We got start the bolt and the one
bolt, and then the one spacer.
Yep.
I got it started in there through the rotor. Let's get my other spacer in here now. Let's get her. Okay, you're through. Probably going to be your toughest task of the bike.
It's heavy. I'm not gonna lie. It's
If you were really smart, you could put straps to your garage ceiling from the fork tubes, and you could hang the bike up and then put the wheel in yourself. If you were by yourself, that's how I would do it.
yeah, or
With
like
two
you were
people.
saying with a block of wood under it too. That might help.
It's going to be a 1917 combination. We will take our wrenches and we'll snug that up. Okay, got that nice and snug. So our front axle bolt is in. Mark is taking that goofy tie wrap off the rear wheel. They got her strapped in. They weren't having her move in the crate.
Oh, I don't even know if I can get this one.
You want a cutters?
I might have to.
Let's just take a cutters. Taller than you guys would think. We'll take a tape measure if we have time, guys, when it's all set up, and we'll measure it and have Mark sit on it, and he can give you an idea. But it's actually a pretty tall bike. So,
Yeah.
our next task is handlebars, cables, and wiring connections. And then after that is going to be that front fender, the rear splash guard, which I believe goes back here, and then we'll have to check the owner's book for the electronic system. So that is what we got going on. There is going to be a lot of bolts and nuts falling off when you take this metal crate apart.
And I suggest just unbolting the bottom,
Yes,
and eventually, if you gotta put it somewhere.
that was a power move right there with him just
A
unbolting.
lot of good little angle there.
Yeah, if you guys need some scrap steel, these crates are great. All right, so we will get the handlebars set on there. The bolts, like we said, are in that little baggie
Yep, toolkit.
with the tools. And we'll keep briefing the owner's manual as we go, and we'll show you any tips that we might come across.
put some thread locker on these bolts. These up here you might have to adjust, so I probably wouldn't suggest top ones Loctited right away. These lowers, you're going to want those not coming off. Easily, I should say. And we're going to definitely check our triple clamp. These are triple clamps. That's what it is. This is triple clamp. Yeah. We want to check our triple clamp bolts to make sure they're tight from the factory. That is one thing you don't want to have come loose. Your whole front end will fall down. And you're, what do they say? Not going to have a good time? Yeah. When that happens, you're going to be hurting. Oh my, dude, that is too fancy, guy.
I did tighten them in this one, this one, this one, this one. Basically crisscross, crisscross applesauce.
And just snug with these with a ratchet, or if you have those hex keys, I mean, pretty much as tight as you can physically get them with a hex key would be my torque for them. Torque spec's going to be around probably 25 foot-pounds, if I had to guess. But we're just getting them nice and snug, and they're torqued up. Oh, yeah. Now comes the time to do connections and the handbrake levers. One nice thing about this bike, guys, is it does have hydraulic rear and front brakes. Yeah. And they're not cable driven. Like some of the smaller bikes were all cable driven. They were still disc, but they're cable disc. From Mark's body language, I can tell they were snug.
Oh, this one is not.
That one is not, though. Yes, that's why we check, guys. We'll probably even check the stem bolt, too. That big one in the middle. See, that one definitely has some give. And they are pretty even, the tops of the forks. That's one thing you want to check. Top of your forks is even. They were loose?
This, hold on. Oh, these must be stoppers.
Oh, yes, but they're loose.
Yes, that one could have fallen out, and then you get a sharp corner. And
oh, your bike goes at a full 90? That'd be awful. Yeah, we'll turn the handlebars. Yep, Mark's just doing his due diligence. These are probably 5 millimeters, 5 or 6s, lower clamp bolts. There is a nice textured finish, just like a high-quality Japanese gas motorcycle would have on these forks. So that is nice to see that added quality look to this bike. Like I said, the rotor is slotted. Oh, those have a lot of give in them, yeah. I would say every bolt on this should be metric, I would guess. Don't think there's going to be any SAE fasteners. One thing we could check too later on is the brake caliper bolts, which are going to be these 5 or 6 mils here. Those are snug. Definitely something you don't want coming off, guys, is your brake caliper. And we know the front axle is tight, and those are just going to be fork guards. Nice that they did include them, though, to protect. So our front end should be good. The chain is actually not a bonsai. It's not as bad. We'll have to see when we sit on it what it looks like. We just got to figure out what the cable layout's going to be up front. Mark's checking. That's like an engine mount, right? Would that be considered?
Yeah.
I definitely don't want our engine moving around on us. Unlike other SYXMotos, you don't have to put decals on.
No, it's just kind of nice.
We do suck at putting decals on. At least I do. Mark's better at it than I am, but I struggle quite a bit. The struggle bus is real.
Yeah.
Now Mark's going to do his favorite, which is finding the happy place for all these cables and wires. Yep, the rear is going to go on that side, and I wonder if it'll go underneath. Okay. Yeah, something like that. Remember that nose cone thing, you'll go on over all this, and it'll be up here.
Well, do we want it up here?
I wonder. I can grab that plastic.
Or will it go through the...
All right, guys, we're going to take a look at that plastic front fender, and we're going to see where these cables line up happily, and we'll show you the finished product in just a second.
This one here, you know, you want to keep these as parallel as you can.
Mm-hmm.
We actually did take and move the horn a a
Which I
little
have to tighten
bit.
though, yeah, I didn't.
Yeah, and don't tighten. You know, get them all on, and you're gonna want to sit on it and see where everything feels comfortable for you, and tighten those accordingly. This one here, we put the horn wiring under the master, and for the speed up down will be on top.
Yep.
And then everything's gonna plug in behind your little front fender there. They give you these little doodly dads, just to kind of protect the wires from chafing.
Yep.
You'll want to slide these on the wires where they might rub here or on your metal bracket behind. But everything is color to color, shape to shape. They plug in really nice, a little stiff, which you want. You don't want them to be loose and come apart. So don't be shy when plugging them together. I ran all 3 of these outside of your...
Looks really clean that way.
Yeah, outside of the right side brake hose. And these as well, I kept on the outside of the left brake hose.
Yes, very
Otherwise,
good.
you start getting behind them and tangling them up.
It's just going to be bad.
You don't want that to happen. So I ran everything outside of your brake hoses.
Front fender, make sure it slides in between this little bracket piece here. It actually pilots in there. There's going to be a fastener from the bottom up and a fastener that goes right here. They are in the toolkit. Little
and make sure your headlight's in the hole, or you're trying to push it on and you'll be...
Yep.
And I think I had recommended maybe adjusting the headlight before, but you can still get to the bolt behind it to adjust the headlight to your liking.
You're either shining for deer or...
Well, mine would be all the way down because the front tire never touches, but...
Right.
Yeah.
Makes sense. So we have to just... what we'll do is I'll sit on the bike, guys, in a second, and I'll kind of do a final adjustment of the cables and levers, and we can tighten down the little Allen bolts on the clamps. It's going to be a little tricky, guys, to get that plastic to line up. You're probably going to have to flex it a little bit, like Mark is doing right now. So don't be afraid to kind of manipulate that plastic fender, because it is very, very flimsy.
Yeah.
And it will bend. You're not going to hurt anything. The main thing is, like I said, as long as you didn't crush a ton of stuff behind it, pinch wires, is where you're...
Yeah, you want to make sure this is...
Everything should be free floating in there. Nothing should be binding, especially when you're turning the handlebars left and right. Do we forget to tell him anything? I did put the rear splash guard inner fender. It's a little close to the tire down here, so I may end up like maybe trimming that off. I tried bending on this plate back a little bit. It didn't do a lot, but we'll see. They are designed to get chewed up a little bit. The tire is going forward, so this flap, like I said, the worst case is I would cut this up a little bit so that it's not rubbing on the tire. We do still have to inflate the tires. We will check what the recommended PSI is, and we'll let you know. And we'll also do some measuring of the seat height, and also put Mark, our 5'9", 5'10" rider, on the seat and see if his feet touch the ground. Hopefully. He is in Crocs, which is the choice of riding boot when you're riding a dirt bike.
Oh, yeah.
All jokes aside, definitely wear some closed-toed shoes at the minimum, or riding boots.
Closed-toed.
You do meet the requirements, sir.
4x4, you put the strap in the back. Yep. These things are going to seem frustrating, but you can just swirl them on.
Yes. Hydraulic hoses are the same way.
Twist them on.
That is where the charging port is, guys, I believe. I don't know if I showed you that before. There is a little handle for some reason. If you got to pull the battery pack out, maybe. I'm not sure. There's a VIN number right there on the front tube of the frame. And, like I said, just has an actual... The foot pegs are part of the frame, guys. So that is huge. A lot of stuff, they bolt the foot pegs into the motor, and the bolts like to loosen up and rip out. So that's bad. Underneath, you can see it's actually pretty clean underneath there. Not a lot going on. All the brains of the whole operation are happening right in the center, so the center of gravity is all low, and it's all right in the middle.
Tire pressures, tire says max of 40 for max load. We went 35? 30. You know, if you're a little on the heavier side, might want to get closer to that max. We are fairly close to that, but we're going to leave it at 30, see how it feels.
Okay, I got a little bit of grunting out of that bolt. She's tight now. Whoa, that is springy, dude.
Feels a little like you're riding on spring. There isn't much absorption.
Gas in it. The fronts feel a little better. The rear is springy though.
Yeah, we might want to.
We might have to take the preload mark and crank it up, or pump more freaking. Turn on the screws to get it stiffer.
Feels like Saul's.
Let's see what the. If you sit on it, see what the chain's like. Might want to back it off a touch. What do you think about the levers? It's not in a bad spot.
I think they're alright.
Here, I think this isn't my grab. Tighten the.
I was using a ratchet there, but
I might have already kind of half-assed it. Yeah, out of the box, guys, that rear shock seems awfully springy. So we might want to increase. We might have to tweak on it, or maybe the nitrogen amount in the shock is weak.
I do nitrogen at my shop.
We're not huge suspension gurus, guys, so don't be expecting us to know.
It just feels like you're riding on a spring. There's like not a lot of absorption.
That should be it.
That is it.
The SYXMoto SPRK right there. 60 volts, I think 4,500 watts, 43 mile an hour top speed they claim. We will be testing that, guys, so stay tuned for the videos on that. I think we could try putting a key in and see if it turns on.
Yeah.
See what the battery, you're obviously going to want to charge the battery fully before you do any extensive riding. Always good to get the battery up to full 100%, then do your discharge of actually riding it. But for testing purposes, we are going to try to turn it on. Well, here goes nothing.